What is up, Remodelites? Dave here with Remodel Media, and in this video we're going to be diving into the series Cobra Kai, guilty pleasure of mine, and we're going to be talking about some of the fixtures and materials used in constructing the homes and what those materials say about the characters. Here we go. I first realized I was bringing my work home with me one day when my family and I we were out to dinner, and my 8-year-old daughter comes out of the bathroom and she says, "What? What?"
They have colored toilets in there.
And that was my cue that I was starting to bring my work home with me a little bit more. Since then, my wife has complained on a couple of occasions how unpleasant it is sometimes to watch TV shows and movies with me, because I'm constantly identifying the fixtures or the building materials used and not necessarily paying attention to the plot. And apparently I ask a lot of questions later. What was that about? Because I'm busy saying, well, that faucet doesn't work that way. In the opening scenes, we see Johnny in his apartment in Reseda, and we see his fridge is, something like one of these, a basic top freezer refrigerator. Nothing too miraculous about it. It may or may not have an ice maker built in, and probably brand new. The landlord probably spent around $600 on it 10 years ago. So definitely the tone here they're going for is very basic, bare bones, minimum, barely getting by kind of a vibe. Similar with his range. His range is a white 30-inch basic unit, something probably a lot like one of these that even today brand new retails for around $4.99. So really nothing super spectacular, and the reason they're doing this is to show you how far down that character has come, of course. So then we flash over to the LaRusso's kitchen later on in the series, and we see something very different. The first thing that stuck out to me with this particular series was the refrigerator. Now, the refrigerator in that series is not just any old built-in 48-inch refrigerator, which even a simple built-in 48-inch refrigerator, starts at around $8,000 on up. But the refrigerator that's in this series is the Sub-Zero 648 Pro G. Now, for those of you not in the construction industry, that probably means very little. This is a unit that for a long time was considered the top-end refrigerator that you could ever buy. There's a couple of brands and a couple of models that are really giving it a run for its money, but the 648 Pro G has been around for quite a while. So it's completely stainless on the inside and out. It is extra deep, and it has a glass door on the front. And it is the epitome of wealth. This one fridge, I think it retails for around, out the door with tax, you're probably close to 20 grand just for the fridge. That's not surprising with LaRusso being a successful auto dealer and everything else. They are definitely going for an air of wealth and privilege, and to, again, illustrate the complete reversal of these two characters. I mentioned that there are some other brands that are giving this a run for its money. One is the True Manufacturing. You may have seen this label the last time you stopped at a 7-Eleven or at a grocery store. These guys make a lot of commercial refrigeration. They also have a really cool feature where you can add colors to the handles and stuff like that. And they have a unit that sort of replaces the 648 Pro G, complete with the stainless steel interior, glass on the door. And you can do that for around, I think it's just under $16,000. So comparatively speaking, it's a little bit better value for your money. Again, these are just some round figures. Check with your local dealer for exact pricing. But either way, these are some expensive refrigerators. One of the very next things I noticed in the series in the LaRusso's kitchen was the fact that they have what appears to be an Italian coffee system. They never show the label quite clearly, but I suspect it's either a DeLonghi or a La Marzocco. If it's a La Marzocco, then that coffee system probably cost, I don't know, around $5,000. Now that's not the only, they're not the only fish in the game. DeLonghi actually private labels for a lot of other manufacturers, so you could do something like our buddy over here at Jenn-Air, which we can do, you know, at just under $25.99, and this one actually builds into the cabinetry. You can actually get a metal frame to fill the gaps, and it is a really, really cool feature to have in a kitchen. Again, in the series, this definitely signifies, you know, wealth, privilege, you know, expendable income coming out their ears. Now, one of the things that I also noticed in the series, and it's made a couple of appearances, is the kitchen faucet. Now, the kitchen faucet is pretty clearly a pre-rinse style faucet designed to mimic a commercial kitchen. Probably something a lot like this, the Foodie from Danze. It's actually a decent little faucet, and it's pretty well priced. However, if it was me putting it in my house, well, if you're a fan of the show, then you know that I'm a fan of Brizo. And Brizo actually has several articulating spout kitchen faucets designed to mimic that commercial look. And they now have, instead of this black hose here, they actually have some units that have the finished hose where it looks a little more something like this. And so if I was putting this in my house, I would opt for that with the Smart Touch technology, where when you have it on, you just tap it on and tap it off anywhere on the metal. You can actually turn the faucet on and off just by tapping it. So that's something that I would do if it was in my house and I wanted that look. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was fun to make, fun to talk about Cobra Kai. And I hope it wasn't too scary peeking inside my head for just a minute and seeing how I tend to watch things on TV and in the movies. Make sure to go ahead and click here for more videos. Go ahead and click here to like or subscribe. And make sure you ring the bell for notifications and do all that stuff. And I'll catch you in the next one.